Is going on, guys? Welcome to day, what is it, 24? Day 24. I always seem to forget these days. But, anyways, welcome to day 24 of the Trading Academy. And I think this is going to be one of the more important ones because we haven't even talked about what times to trade, right? And time, you guys will find out later, time is a very important, it's a very important concept to understand, especially with the things that we use, right? The things that we're studying here in this academy. It's a very important thing to have in your trading. Okay. So we're going to go over kill zones in this video, and then we will go over macros in another video because I don't want to overwhelm you guys. So kill zones for indices. Okay. Kill zone for indices. This means like the NASDAQ, the NQ1, because I mainly just trade futures nowadays. Okay. I'm not on here trying to trade every single minute of the day. I'm not on here trying to trade Asia session. I'm not on here trying to trade London session. I'm not trying to trade, I'm not trying to trade those sessions, right? I'm only trading New York AM and New York PM session, okay? Because I live in the United States. I'm in Central Standard Time, so New York makes the most sense for me. London's too late. Asia session starts right now. Actually, it's 7 o'clock for me. So it's right now. So Asia session is going on right now. You can trade indices, but why would you trade an American-based index, in the Asia range, right? But just doesn't make much sense, okay? So we'll be focusing on kill zone for indices. Again, if you guys are trading Forex, all of these things, real quick, all of these things work in Forex, okay? Like Forex is, the currencies, okay? Like Euro USD, GBP USD, XAU USD, stuff like that, right? That is Forex. Okay, so if you are trading Forex, if you're in this academy and you're wanting to trade Forex, I used to trade Forex. I don't much anymore. I just feel like indices works a lot more with my lifestyle, my personality, etc. Find out what works for you. But if you're learning or if you're wanting to get in Forex, then this is the kill zones for Forex, okay? So use this right here, these times on the right. Now we're going to be focusing on the times on the left, right? So Asia session, right? One thing I do want to mention before we get into this is come down here and change your time to UTC -4. That is New York time. That is Eastern Standard Time, okay? Because these times are not going to match up with you guys if you have it like in Mexico City or like in Honolulu or something crazy like that. Change it to New York, okay? Change it to the New York time. You can do it down here at the bottom right of TradingView. Okay. I used to have it in Chicago, but since I'm teaching you guys, I'm going to keep it on New York, Eastern Standard Time. All right. So the Asia range opens at 2000 hours. Okay. So if I go to the 1 hour, your Asia range is going to look like this. We'll just mark out yesterday's range right here. Let me get that screenshot so that way you guys, let me turn off this indicator as well. If you guys want to see this picture, make it a little smaller here. Well, it's a little bit hard to read. Make sure you guys write this down in your guys' notes too. So Asia range 20 to midnight. Now, this is the important Asia range. However, Asia opens at 1800 Eastern Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. for me. It opens from 5 all the way to midnight. This is going to be the Asia range, in my opinion. Okay, this is the Asia low, and then whatever happens by midnight, that's going to be your Asia range pretty much. Okay. So 1800 to midnight. And then from midnight to 2 a.m., you could consider this your whole Asia range until London opens. So you can go from 1800 to 1 in the morning, actually. You don't have to, it's just nothing really happens from midnight to 2. It's kind of like a void. Nothing really happens. That's why these times are really important, because these are the times you would want to look for trades. I also forgot to explain that kill zones, right? These intervals of time, these hours of time, this is where you're going to find the most volatility when you are trying to day trade, right? Because all of us are trying to day trade and stuff. So this is where you're going to find the most volatility in the indexes right here, okay? These times right here. Midnight open is at obviously midnight, which is 11 a.m. for me. This is going to be your Asia range. And then 2 a.m. is when London session starts, okay? London session is going to go all the way from 2 a.m. all the way to 12 p.m. New York. So this is all of London, but I don't like overlapping my sessions, so we'll just keep it from 2 to 5, okay? So if you are trading London, right? If you're trading London, which I really recommend, like if you guys are trying to trade indexes, trade London or New York. Don't trade the Asia range. The Asia range is usually kind of sucks, right? But this Asia range right here, this is where you want to find most of your trades. Usually you'll find a trade somewhere within this here, sometimes outside of it. You don't have to be super like, oh, like I'm only going to trade from 2 to 5. However, these are the times that the juiciest moves happen, right? Obviously, you can find a trade a little bit outside of this time, which is perfectly fine, right? You can go into New York, but from 2 to 5, this is most likely where you're going to find most of your setups for London session, okay? And then we have New York AM, right? Which is from 8:30, right? 8:30 is right there to 11, okay? 8:30 to 11. Now, this is the New York AM session, right? This is what works for me because New York AM session opens at 8:30 in the morning for me. It's obviously 9:30 in New York time, right? But this is where you can find a lot of trades right here from 8:30, right? 8:30 right here, boom, to 11, right? You have 90 minutes to find a trade. If you find no trades within there, you can just come back for PM session. This is the cool thing about trading, right? Everybody's trying to trade for freedom and stuff. You don't have to be glued on the charts all day, every day. Okay. You just find these little, find what works best for you and then come onto the charts and just mark it out. You'll find most of your trades here. Okay. In this little time interval, you can even extend it 30 minutes, right? ICT often says that if you don't find a trade by 11:30, you should just come back for PM. Just avoid the lunchtime and come back for PM. This leads me to my next one, right? New York PM starts at 1:30 to closing 4 o'clock, right? So 1:30 right here, all the way to closing, right? Which is right here. All right. So if you don't find a trade here, okay, or I mean here in the AM session, avoid lunch and the first 30 minutes of the next hour. Avoid that whole 90 minutes right there, or the whole 2 hours really. Avoid these 2 hours and then come back at 1:30 and you will find another trade here. Okay, most of the time. All right. Just depends on a lot of things like news and stuff, which we'll get into later on how to navigate that. But really, I just want to talk about sessions and kill zones and stuff like that because it's very important that you guys pay attention to what times you guys are trading, right? You guys don't want to be on the screens all day, every day. I know some of you guys work and stuff. So you guys could just focus on these 2 90-minute intervals. This one is really, what is this, 2.5 hours? Is this 2.5 hours? I get confused sometimes. Yeah, 2.5 hours, and you could focus on it's pretty much the 2.5 hours as well. But like I said, if you don't find a trade by 11:30 Eastern Standard Time, just get off the charts, come back for PM at 1:30. Whoa, it's getting kind of sunny out here. Hold on. It just rained. Yeah, but if you guys cannot find a trade within here in New York session in AM, come back for PM. It's simple as that. Right. And then I also have a little bit more important things here, like important times. 8:30 news releases. This is most of the time when news release happens. You guys can check, your news reports and stuff at forexfactory.com. We'll go over it in another video, but yeah, they also put a little note here. Shout out to Ding Strat. He made this little picture right here that I'm showing you guys. I just didn't want to type this all out. I know I made a video on this in my other Get Funded in 2024 series, so I didn't want to redo that. It's very simple to understand. It's not really hard. Macros, we'll get into it in another video as well. Again, we're just going over Killzone for indices. 9:30 US equities open. That is when the markets open. Taking setups within kill zones and macro time slots will increase your trade profitability of hitting your TP if your drawn liquidity and stop placement is correct. That is facts, okay? So again, if you're trading within these times, if you can find a short somewhere here in the lower time frames and take it down to the drawn liquidity there, you've already banked. And if you can find a trade somewhere in this leg up to here, you're banking, all right? You notice how in these 2.5 hours, that's where the trade happens, right? It doesn't happen over here. It doesn't happen over here. Now, if you can find a short somewhere around here, boom, right at market open, that's nice. If you can find a long right around here, nice. You get some profit at least, right? Now here, this is like no man's land, all right, for New York session. These 2 hours right here, just avoid them. Go and do something else. Distract your mind. You guys don't need to trade all day every day because look, we come down. We don't get the real move until PM session starts, right? Down, up, boom. That's it. I can show you a bunch of different examples, but I want you guys to get on the charts. And if you are, just decide what session you guys are going to go for first, and then come onto your charts and mark out those times and see for yourself that, oh, okay, this is where the volatility picks up, this is where most of the trades are found, etc. So that is Killzone and session times for you guys. Just focus on these right here. Take a screenshot of this, post it on your little notes, post it on your whiteboard, whatever you guys need to do, and we will go over macros. I think tomorrow we'll go over the macros tomorrow. Actually, no, we're going to save the macros because that's a little more advanced. Just focus on the kill zones for now in these important times, and we will go over news, how to navigate news tomorrow, and then we'll go over some other stuff this week as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video for the Trading Academy today, and catch you guys in the next one. Peace.